And then we will to share my screen. Okay. So hopefully you can see that now. Okay, so this is all about swapping things out. So swapping out the bad and the ugly for the fresh, clean, and good. The really exciting thing about this is just for you to discover how cost effective it is to use doTERRA essential oils. And a lot of you were thinking, I don't see how that's possible. So I'm going to show you this evening. So first of all, before we go through how we can use doTERRA for our cleaning, I'm going to go quickly through why we can use doTERRA the way we do. So doTERRA are very different to any other essential oils available on the market. Now, there's hundreds of different brands available out there, and this is often a question that we get. And this is, again, even though you're using doTERRA, it's really good to remind yourself of how powerful these oils are that you have in your home. So doTERRA is sourced all over the world. They are literally indigenous to those countries, and because of that, they are super potent. Because they're super potent, we're able to use a tiny little amount that will go a really long way, and especially when we're looking at cleaning. So this is really important to us because we know they are 100% pure. Again, sadly, in the essential oil industry, it is not required for them to be 100% pure. It is also not required for them to say what else is in the bottle. They are legally allowed to put a label that says 100% pure on that bottle, and it actually does not need to be 100% pure in that bottle. So what that means is that you can pick up an essential oil and think, oh, it says 100% pure, let's say lemon, okay, and on the bottle it might say do not take internally. Now we know that doTERRA essential oils, we can take them internally, and that's because they are 100% pure and safe to be able to use in that way. What they are, well, the other issue that you have is if somebody's telling you, and I'm teaching you now how to use these essential oils, it's really important for you to remember that this is only doTERRA essential oils that you can use in this way to achieve what you want to achieve. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. So they are sourced directly. doTERRA work directly with the farmers. There's no middle people to put extra stuff in that they don't know about. Often companies say our oils are 100% pure, but actually they get them from literally middlemen, and so they don't know what's happened in between. doTERRA tests their essential oils so powerfully that we know that what's in that bottle is 100% pure, safe, and it's really effective. So then, what is it that we're actually looking at? This is something that doTERRA created to kind of help us to focus on getting the best out of our well-being and our life, basically. So the foundation of health is eating right, exercise, rest and manage stress, reduce toxic load, informed self-care, and proactive healthcare. Now, today, the one we're going to be focusing on is reducing our toxic load. And it's important to know, well, why would we need to reduce this toxic load? Now, some of you are probably very aware of it, but others may not have been. I know that when you look into this a little bit further, it's quite shocking what you actually find out. So I wanted to share an article that was recently published. So this is probably going back 2 years now. Could your house have toxic home syndrome? Now that sounds really crazy, right? What does toxic home syndrome mean? So, but the more and more reports are coming out that actually 15.3 million households suffer, this is UK, suffer from toxic home syndrome. This is where the occupant's health deteriorating as a result, a direct result of the poor quality of the air inside their homes, which is crazy, right? And you think, okay, well, what does this actually look like? So often it's coughing, sneezing, watery eyes, fatigue, dizziness, headaches. But actually, recent pan-European, so that's across the whole of Europe, studies have found that indoor pollutants can actually also be linked to reduced life expectancy. And I'm not going to mention all of the other diseases and things like that you can see on there. You can see them below. They're not fun, and we don't want them in our homes. We don't want things that can have an impact. So what does that actually look like? The home is where the heart is, but it also may be where the harm is. So what are we using in our homes? How can we help our families, ourselves, to make sure that we are removing so many of these intense chemicals? So this is just one of those that I find it really powerful to be able to just look at. Now, I'm not going to read out all of these ones, but if you cast your eye over some of the things that you've probably used before, like the oven cleaner. I mean, that's really intense in itself. It has all these alarm, triangles all over the boxes, doesn't it? And it's pretty toxic. You cannot even use your oven for quite some time afterwards. So you just kind of, even thinking that through, you're like, yeah, and then I'm heating it up and I'm putting my food in there and then I'm eating it. It's like, we don't want to be having that, right? So then we've got carpets. Often there's really intense things that we use for that. Cleaning surfaces, and there's so many different things that this can disrupt hormones. It can cause respiratory issues. It can cause skin issues. There's so many different things that these intense cleaning products can actually cause. So commercial solutions used to clean floors, toilets, oven windows, and more contain industrial chemicals that may throw your hormones out of whack and have many, many other side effects. So for instance, NPEs, so that's a common ingredient in laundry detergents and in all-purpose cleaners. It's a direct hormone disruptor, and it really is an intense one. It also is harmful to our water and our environment. Now, there's loads and loads of things you can see on there that actually quite a lot of us will have used. These are definitely ones that I used before because I didn't have an alternative. Now, essential oils has become a buzzword everywhere. Like, companies are seeing that people are looking for more natural ways to support in their homes, in their cleaning. And so they've literally decided, okay, well, we're going to jump onto this. And this particular brand are doing this essential mist. And if you read on the packet, it says transforms natural essential oils into mist. And you're like, right, let's have a look what's in there. And this is the actual ingredient. So the MSDS. Now, if you look at that, to me, reading that, that's being plugged directly into the wall and pumped into the home with all of those chemicals. That's quite scary. The worst thing is somebody's picking that up thinking, oh, they've got natural essential oils. So it's unfair as well. It's crazy. So people have to be so, so careful. But this is the point. We can actually take that and scoop all of that out the way and just have one spray bottle with us. So first of all, that is a lot cleaner, a lot tidier, and so much easier to do. So why can we clean with these essential oils? So they're natural and safe. They're so potent, and each of them have chemical compounds that can actually provide very powerful cleansing and purifying properties. So they don't have dangerous toxins and chemicals, and they can create an amazing smell around your home. So looking at what that looks like, we can go into a little bit deeper. So different chemical compounds have different benefits. So you might have amazing ones for your skin, you might have ones that are really good for repelling insects, etc., and then some to help with sleep. Today, what we're focusing on are ones that have really powerful properties for cleansing surface areas. So in our home, and this will be, you know, from when our children were really small or from forever, it's about making sure that it is safe. Now, cooking and dirty surfaces, we don't want all of that bacteria and all of the yucky stuff that's there. You know, I always imagine those yucky things on the toilets, right? There, in all the adverts, you see those beastie things. You want to know that essential oils can combat against those. And the amazing thing is they can, and the scientific research to back all of it up, which to me is really, really important. They have done case studies in America, in particular hospitals, John Hopkins Hospital, in fact, and you could look it up, how they used On Guard to combat against MRSA, which is obviously a really massive thing. If you know the On Guard is combating against MRSA, is perfectly capable of helping in your home and cleaning your kitchen and cleaning your toilets. So this is the one. This is On Guard Protective Blend. It is a beautiful blend, really, really powerful to literally cleanse and protect your home, but also yourself. So it's so, so versatile. So On Guard Protective Blend is made up of wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary essential oil. It provides natural protection against environmental factors, and it's very powerful at cleansing. So you can use it topically on hard surfaces, and you can also use it in the air. doTERRA have realized that obviously they want to make it as easy for us as possible. So what they did was they created a beautiful product called the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. So this is the On Guard liquid, and it is so simple and easy to use. It's got lovely instructions on the side, which tells you how to make multi-purpose cleaners. It tells you how to make a dishwasher. It tells you how to use bathroom sprays as well. So it's super, super easy to use and very cost effective. Then they also have the laundry detergent. So this is highly concentrated in our, so I have 3 boys, mucky boys. So my washing machine is on the go a lot, and I use half a cap. So you can see the cap is not massive. I use half a cap of that literally for my 10-kilo washing machine. So it's a very big washing machine, and it washes it perfectly. And if I want extra smells, I can add essential oils into there as well, depending on how I'm feeling that day. It might be lemongrass, it might be lemon, it might be lime, it might be a little bit more On Guard, depending on what's going on with those particular clothes. So it's a really amazing blend to be able to use easily in your home. The next one is lemon. Now, lemon essential oil, lime, and lemongrass, these are these really fresh, amazing. If anybody gets any chewing gum or something sticky on, you literally take the lemon essential oil and you just rub it in. My son had it on his blazer. Somebody thrown a piece of chewing gum, as they do in secondary school, at his blazer, and I was like, oh no, I don't know how we're going to get that off. And then I was like, Matthew, watch this, we're going to get the lemon essential oil, and we literally rubbed it in and it just rubbed off. I was like, wow, because I'd never used it for chewing gum. There'd never been an opportunity before. There it was. And I wished I'd done a before and after and a video, actually. It would have been nice to be able to show people, but there you go, it just rubbed off so easily. Then you've got, so being able to use this in a spray bottle is a really, really lovely way of cleaning your sides, your surfaces. Again, throughout this, there's going to be lots and lots of different recipes, because you can literally make up whatever you want with these essential oils. It's amazing, whatever flavor or smell you want to be smelling whilst cleaning. So lemon is really good in your soap mixture for any grease and grime. So if, say, for example, you've got your soap, you add extra lemon if you need extra cleansing. Then we've got purifying blend. Now, purifying cleansing blend, it's got this really sweet kind of, it's a mixture of lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. And I would say the stronger smells in there that come out very strongly for me, other people smell differently, but I smell lemon and citronella very strongly in that one, and it's just such a lovely, uplifting essential oil. That's one I will put in my laundry detergent, and then I pour it directly in on the clothes if they've, like really dirty football stuff, and it helps to just freshen it really well. The other thing to add as well is that often we are so used to perfume, the perfume that's on our clothes, but that's completely synthetic. So if you are hanging out your clothes, let's say on your radiators, and then it's drying the wet clothes, those fragrances, which are not natural, are coming off your clothes, and it will smell like people are like, oh, I love the smell of fresh laundry, but actually they're not smelling fresh laundry, they're smelling the fragrance that's been added. So when these clothes dry, they actually don't smell of anything. They just smell clean, unless you add extra oils to the washing, which some people really like to do. But it's just clean, which is lovely. Tea tree, so Melaleuca, it's really well known for spots, blemishes, and things like that. So if you think about what is a spot, is that bacteria. So of course, tea tree is brilliant for cleaning and cleansing surfaces. Wild orange, another beautiful one. It's so good to be able to use alongside lots of other things. So looking at using it with peppermint, so it helps refresh and rejuvenate. Douglas fir and Siberian fir, so these are really good at cleansing. They also deodorize the air. They have that really lovely pine, so like you're in a forest. So you can really decide, what do I want my home to smell like? Do I want my home to smell really uplifting and citrusy, or do I want a mixture of citrusy and forest? Like, you literally get to choose. It's really exciting. Then you've got eucalyptus, which is very good at cleansing. You can actually add it to, again, making up your spray bottles, however you want to do. Energizing and boosting whilst you're cleaning is obviously a really good idea, isn't it? Because sometimes you get that low energy and you're like, right, I need to get this done, and you want to have an extra boost. So this is, there's no way you'll be able to take all of this information in, right? So there's a lot of information here. What I wanted to show you is that when you are looking for recipes, it is so easy to be able to just literally go on and Google doTERRA cleaning recipes, or all-purpose cleaner recipes doTERRA. So you just literally put doTERRA and then whatever it is you're looking for, and then click on images, and loads of these different ones will come up. It's super simple, and great. It's always fun to see which recipes people have been using and been sharing. So I wanted to kind of go down, like break down into price, because when you go to the shops, especially now, those cleaning spray bottles are actually really expensive for how far they go. They really are. Now, depending on how highly concentrated, or whatever it is that you are wanting to do, I wanted to go through and share the cost of each of these. So for example, making up a 500 ml all-purpose cleaning spray with wild orange, tea tree, and On Guard is approximately £1.25. So it is a super, if you compare that, that's actually very comparable. Now, you don't even need to put all of those things in. My number one spray that I make up literally consists of water and then whatever essential oils I want to put in it. Usually On Guard. On Guard's like a staple that I make sure that I put in there. And then I add lime, lemongrass, tangerine, wild orange, whichever ones that I want to do. Now, I always make up smaller bottles, because if you take water from the tap, it doesn't last for very long. It will go yucky. So if you make up a smaller amount, clean, whatever you're cleaning, then it will last, say, two days, perhaps 2 to 3 days. If you use distilled water, it will last absolutely ages. I have a dryer it's a condenser dryer. So the water that ends up in the condenser is actually purified water. So I can recycle that as my cleaning product. And what's interesting, and I will show you what color it comes up as, it comes up as like a cloudy color, which is really interesting. I always used to think, that's really weird, right? So that's how the color that it turns into. So that's literally water, on guard, lemon, and when you shake it all up, that's the color that it becomes with the cool boiled water as well. You can also use. So it really, really works. And then if I'm doing really grubby, so toilets or whatever, I will add a little bit of the cleaner concentrate. So you literally can make up the areas that you want to make up. Okay, so again, this is about swapping things gradually and just being kind, because, you know, when you read or you look at that house and you think, oh my goodness, there's so much in my house that I've got to change, that can just become overwhelming. And then what happens when you get overwhelmed? Nothing. So this is about small changes, small steps to making those better choices, creating those habits that are going to help in your home. So if you have not got doTERRA, if you were to buy the core 10, so we were looking at today, we looked at lemon, on guard, tea tree, we spoke about peppermint as well. So those are in the core 10. If you were purchasing each of those individually, that would be £437. Now that's not a fun price, and we wouldn't want to help anybody get it that way. So we wanted to show you the different options that people have available to them. So you could start with the Home Essentials kit, which is 251. So it's the same oils that you just saw on the previous screen. So that also includes a free diffuser, so worth £61, which is a massive saving. So you're saving £252 altogether. And those are the bigger bottles, so the 15ml bottles. Or if that one's too much at the moment for you, you can go for the Family Essentials kit. So that's £151. That's the 5ml bottles. I'm just looking if I've got a 5ml near me. I do. So the 5ml, just so you can actually compare the two, this is the difference in size. Obviously, it's 3 times, can you see that? 3 times the amount of oil versus the 5ml. So if you look and compare the price, you can see that this one is by far the best value because it's 3 times the amount of oils and it's less than twice the price. So, and you get the free diffuser. Now, if you already have doTERRA essential oils in your life, that's awesome because you can actually get started straight away. But also it's important to remember how you purchase your oils and looking at the loyalty rewards option, because you can earn up to 30% back with your monthly orders. And if you're using your cleaning spray, so you could potentially get a lemon one month and then a lime another month and a lemongrass another month, that will still be an amazing way to build up on your oils. So making one small change at a time, over time, it transforms into a massive difference. So I'm just wondering if you would want to put in your chat which oil you think you would want to have in your first natural, I'm sorry, I'm reading and talking. I told you that was a problem, didn't I, Alice? So what essential oil do you think you would want to smell when you're cleaning? Tea tree. Okay. Thank you, Laura. Anyone else? What smell do you think? Yes, lemon. Definitely one of my favorite. Yeah, absolutely. A really powerful one. Scottish water, obviously, as in Scottish water from the taps, do you mean, Carol Ann? It's probably nicer than some of the water. Oh, let's have a look. Message. Yes. So it depends where you live. You know, some water's lovely in a tap, like as in a little bit better, but a lot of water's recycled massively and they add a lot of stuff to it, if that makes sense. So So yes, I couldn't, without looking at exactly what your address is and what your water suppliers do, I couldn't answer properly. But if it is from the tap, you're best to either cool boil water it, just to make it last longer. That's what I would recommend. Lemongrass, Sam, love it. Gillian on guard, amazing. And lime and peppermint. See, all of these homes just smelling totally beautiful. Really, really lovely. Okay, so I'm going to open up to any questions. Does anybody have any questions at all that they think you think might be helpful to other people as well?
I do. When you do your cleaning mix, how many drops of oils do you put comparing to the amount of water?
Okay, so in that, even in this big one, so in the big bottle, so it's probably, I probably fill up to about half, which is about there, which is not very helpful. How many mils is in here? Let me think. How many mils? This is 800 mils, so about 400 mils of water. And I put about 6 drops of at least 4 oils.
Okay.
So what's that, 24?
6 drops in total, yeah?
Yeah, so 12, 24. Glass bottle is definitely better than plastic. Definitely. The reason why I use plastic on this one is because my glass spray bottle decided to stop working very well. Like literally the lid, I think one of the boys dropped it, let's be honest. And so basically they're like, it's not working. So I was like, okay, well, we'll use this one for now. The reason my glass is better because the oils will store better in it. This is quite a thick plastic from an organic company that we'd used before, and I was like, excellent, I can still reutilize that bottle. But basically I don't leave it for ages, so that's literally, that will do me with the clean condensed water. That will last probably a week, 2 weeks, and it still is fine within that bottle. Oh, Caroline, so yeah, so black mold, that is a brilliant question. So what I would say is go on Google, type in doTERRA black mold cleaning, and it will come up with a recipe. And like, how empowering is that? You just, boom, you can just look it up. I have heard, obviously, any of the oils for combating against like the bacteria of the mold. But then also I've heard that white vinegar is really powerful with it as well. But obviously look it up. I'm sure there'll be recipes on there for sure. Any other questions at all? No, okay, so I really quickly, I'm gonna just really quickly share why we share doTERRA. It will take about 5 minutes, and feel free to stay, or if you are eager to go, then you're absolutely free to go. And thank you so much for joining us. Toilet bombs, yes. Amazing. Let me read that for those who just can't see the actual text. So Lou's saying she makes toilet bombs. And Caroline, tea tree is good for black mold. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Exactly. And this is the power of this. You have these oils at home, so you literally can empower yourself, do the research, find out what's going to work for what your needs are, and then just go from there. So the joy of sharing essential oils. So with doTERRA, one of the things that we are really blessed with is that it's about helping in both areas. So our wellness, physically, emotionally, but also financially. And the normal timeline, so I was a primary teacher before, and this is the normal timeline would have been, I did my studies, studied really hard, got my degree, got my job, and then you go for promotions, and then you go for promotions, and then you get to 65, and then boom, it goes right down, depleting health and depleting financial stores. The way the doTERRA system works, it's about really investing your time and energy into building a business, and then it keeps going up as opposed to going down, because the more you're using doTERRA, the more well you're becoming, and also the increase of income. So why would you want to support and share doTERRA, support people with doTERRA? Why would you want to share doTERRA? And this is something I thought, well, I was never interested in adding another business to my life. I was a very, very busy business owner, but I could not stop sharing. Oh, you've got this going on here, try this. Oh, you've got that going on here, try this. I could not stop helping people with these essential oils. And then my sister was like, do you know you're actually doing it as a business? It's like, no, I couldn't possibly do that. But actually, that is what I was doing without even realizing it. So they are the most trusted essential oils on the market. They're the largest essential oil company in the world. They're used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. They're ethically and sustainably sourced. That was so important to me, that they work directly with the farmers, that we know exactly where these oils come from and the good that they do in the world. They're available all over the world. So if you know somebody in Australia, or America, or wherever it is they are, there's usually a way to be able to get them to have connections with you and still use doTERRA essential oils. Their compensation plan is genius, and you get paid for the work that you do. As a teacher, I was a very, how would you say, super committed teacher. I was in early, left, late. I was so committed. And there were other teachers around me that just did not do the same level of work, and they got paid, actually some of them more because they'd been there longer than myself. Whereas this is directly related to the efforts and the work that you put in, and it goes like this, and it grows, which is lovely. High retention rates, so customer loyalty. Once people start using these oils, it transforms their life. And so they understand that, okay, well, if I can use these for green cleaning and I can use them for my health and well-being, that is pretty cool. They are a really powerful company in the sense of that they protected themselves. They have no outside funding, so they own it and they are able to keep it safe from anyone telling them you need to put extra stuff in your oils so they're cheaper. They've protected it because they own it themselves. So how would I make money? How much time is involved? And could this work for me? So we basically help people to experience the oils. Then we teach them about how they work. They then experience the oils further by getting their own, and then we support them. That is literally how the business works. So we share and educate and help people. So income potential, obviously, depending on what time or what you want to put in, there's lots of income potential. But if you are interested in finding out more, please do reach out. So what and how much time is involved? So if I want my oils paid for, 3 to 5 hours a week. If I want to supplement my income, 5 to 15 hours. And if I want to replace my income, 15 to 30 hours. So could this work for me? Well, if you're passionate about these essential oils and you love people and you're able to follow a system and get things done, then this could be a really great way to add an additional income into your life. Because you're already using them, this is where you could just get your oils paid for you each month by sharing these essential oils. So doTERRA is about empowering people on both sides of the bottle, and that's one of the things I absolutely love, being able to help people to know and understand how this works, to be able to continue to empower people and learn more about these essential oils. So I'll stop sharing my screen, and if anybody has any other questions, I can't see in the chat. Any other questions? No, we are good. Well, thank you all so much for joining me this evening. It's lovely to be able to get to spend some time with you today. And I would love, I will be sharing this in, I'll actually share the video in my oil community, but what would be amazing is if you are able to share some of the stuff you start to make in my oil community. That would be really awesome. So let's say if you decide, okay, well, I've actually made a cleaning spray and these are the oils that I've put in it, and just share the recipes that you found, perhaps. That would be really, really lovely. So thank you all so much, and have a lovely rest of your evening. Take care, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.